And now we're going to go ahead and start sculpting our shirt here. And a lot of this is just, basically just doodling, try and see what works or try and see what I like. I'm still looking at the concept on my other screen, but for the most part I'm just, trying to doodle or basically looking at my shirt and seeing how it's laying on top of the body. And I start low with a low intensity and just gradually work up. I mean, you obviously don't really want to be sculpting on level 6 for your first strokes. I'm doing it right now on level 3, level 4, since it's still a fairly low resolution model. And I'll sculpt it sculpt the full, and then I'll cut it back a little bit later. And just keep working and slowly just build up. Since I didn't like how that was masking out there, I figured I'll just go ahead and do it, without masking. And as you can see, I don't have symmetry turned on, and this is because I don't want the model to look the same on both sides. If you do that, then there's no real excitement to the model. Not everything is the same on both sides, so you in some cases just want to sculpt one side a little bit differently than the other side. You can get away with symmetry in a lot of cases, but you're pretty much better off just sculpt both sides a little bit differently. And I continue to turn Z tools on turn subtools on or turn them off and see how things are looking. Constantly just, sculpt here, sculpt there. And I'm mainly just using the standard brush or the smooth brush and the Damien standard brush. As you can see, I'm just, continually sculpting with the standard brush, and then just on, on the inside of the wrinkles, just sculpt back with the Z subtract. I try to give it that little bit more definition. All we're basically trying to do here is, one, create a template for our character, and two, we're not gonna crazy sculpt it or go over in detail. We just basically want a little bit of variation in the cloth, so that it later on, when the model would get rigged and be moving, it's not that flat looking polygon geometry. It's some variation to it, and it's gonna move well. As you can see, there was a little bit of undershirt inner penetration onto the sweater, so I just Z subtracted that a little bit back. underneath the sweater. And you can see there's a little more there. I'll go ahead and fix that. Constantly adjusting my draw size to go ahead and sculpt on the model. There you can see that the head is turned off. I mean, I'll turn it back on eventually here, but for right now I don't really need it, so I'm just sculpting without it. I'm just trying to add a little bit of variation here in the collar of the shirt. And I'm still working on a fairly low resolution part of the model. Even though it's on subdivision 4, it's still, fairly low. It's not crazy resolution geometry, so that'll change here in a little bit, and we'll keep, adding more subdivision levels. And just keep trying to add some more definition to the wrinkles here and there. I'm also, hitting shift on my keyboard to smooth out in some areas. Constantly adjusting my intensity and seeing how things look and seeing how things work. There, I just turned the arms off so that I could sculpt on the side here and see it fine. And as you can see, I mean, it doesn't really take too long to get things looking nice inside ZBrush. And here I'm just using the move brush and adjusting the shirt as needed to add a little bit more variation to the model. Continue to just use the move brush and adjust here and there, and switch back to our standard brush, and just continue to try to add a little bit more detail here and there. continue to, build up our wrinkles on our shirt. And as you can see, it was a little too much for my taste, so I stepped back a few steps. Turn on the Damien standard brush here, and I'm sculpting on the insides of the folds, just to give it that little bit more depth. And continue to just, touch it with the Damien standard brush, and continually just try to add a little bit more detail. And just build up as we go. And you can see I'm, continually, turning the model around and seeing how this is looking or seeing how that's looking. It's all just, basically a process, and until you get something you like, just keep going with it. And basically, there you go. That's pretty much it for the shirt. I'm going to adjust a few things here and there. And then in the next lesson, we'll go ahead and we'll do the pants.